So we're live.
Mine hasn't come up yet. It's still waiting.
Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Okay, let me
Oh,
turn
perfect timing.
my
Hold on. Sorry.
Hello, if anybody's out there, please let us know you're here.
Ah,
Hi, Lisa. Um, I don't know. It depends on how long and much information you can remember. She's going to be showing you, so it just depends on what how you learn. If you can
okay.
learn from watching and retain it, awesome. If you need to take notes, take notes.
If not, you can go back and replay it.
That's true. That was the third option. I hadn't got to
Yeah.
it yet.
Oh, sorry. Hi, Alisa. So, Becky's working with her journal. Um,
Right now, I'm
is
just watching.
Do you have a theme for it? Is there a?
It's fall. Just it's got it's fall colors. It's browns and wine color and green and orange and not a lot of orange and a golden color
Mm-hmm.
and creams and coffee stain and um,
Mm,
it's got a lot
very
of
good.
uh, sunflowers and pumpkins and things like that, but nothing that says Halloween or nothing that says
Mm, Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. I think I made it so that it could be. I kind of intended it to be a journal for being thankful for stuff, or but I didn't
Mm-hmm.
want to limit it like that. So
Mm, it's beautiful. Hi,
thanks.
Cheryl, Bobo, and sweetheart. Yay. Well, hopefully you learned something.
Hi,
And
Cheryl. Hi,
we're looking at
sweetheart.
Becky's journal. Hi, Rosie. Welcome. Yes, happy Friday, y'all. Our fiesta continues. That was
Fiesta
co-
after the siesta.
yeah.
Hi,
um,
Rosie.
um, Coco's husband's idea. Friday fiesta with friends. So, hi, Susan. Thank you. Well, hopefully you learn something. Hopefully it comes through and you get something out of it. Um, I'll just wait a
Hi,
few minutes.
Susan.
Yeah.
I
Sierra
want
was
to.
gonna be here. Go ahead.
I was going to say good evening because the sun's just starting to go down, but I forget that it's late most everywhere
Okay.
else.
Yeah. The sunset is pretty. Um, so it's just you can see a little bit. It's not totally dark yet, but it is going down. Um, yes, thank you for being here. Sierra was gonna be here, but she forgot she had a date with her daughter and some friends. She's taking them to a haunted house tonight. And she was going to stay with us for a little bit, but then her daughter changed. Something came up and they had to go earlier than anticipated. So she was sad she couldn't be here, but she was here talking to me and helping me. But so hi Don, welcome.
Are you going to put it on your screen,
Yeah,
Sarah?
you were showing yours, that's why I.
Oh, I didn't know I was showing it. Then I saw it up there.
So should we do
Dawn, we don't
the
care if you're smelly.
yeah. But if you need to go, you can watch the replay. We're gonna start with the interfacing. Hi Sue, Hedge, welcome. And
Hi,
so
Sue.
um, some of you purchased the interfacing, the Wonder Under, and the freezer paper. I'm gonna show you on some. I
Put your,
forgot to
put your,
label.
Sarah, put yourself on the big screen so we can see
Okay,
it better. There you go.
all right. Okay, so um, I forgot to label some of the packets, but the interfacing, I'm just going to explain which one was which. The interfacing is like the fabric, the thin fabric, and it's almost a see-through fabric. Um, oops, you can see my hand underneath. This is the interfacing. The interfacing is smooth on one side and a little rough, bumpy on the other side. The bumpy side is the one that has the adhesive. That side is going to go against your fabric, your paper, whatever, and then you're going to iron on the smooth side. So that's interfacing. This is
So, Sarah, question:
uh-huh.
If if you're going to be doing napkins
Mm-hmm.
on interfacing, you would put those on the bumpy side as well.
Yes, but we'll come
Okay.
back to that. I'm just going to explain which is which on this one, and then we'll come and do
Okay.
each. Okay. So this one, some of you are going to get this one. This is, I think of all three, this is the heavy one. This is the Wonder Under, and it has a paper side and a bumpy side. And it's a little glossy, but it's texture. That means the texture side is the adhesive. Okay, and then when you iron it onto paper or fabric, the the bumpy is going to go against whatever you want to attach it to. You iron it, and when you're done, then when you peel the paper, and then you're going to have another adhesive on this side, and then you can iron it to your final something. I'll show you. And then the freezer paper is this one that has a paper side. It's the white. This white paper on one side and kind of a glossy on the other side, and is almost plasticky. So whenever you buy freezer paper, um, uh, everybody says use Reynolds wrap. I don't. I just use freezer paper. But when you buy freezer paper, it doesn't matter what the brand is. This is First Street. It has to say plastic coated. If it doesn't say plastic coated, it's not. It's just like butcher paper. It's just plain paper. Okay. So it has to have plastic coated. That's the side that is going to adhere to your fabric, to your paper, to whatever you're gonna add to or cut out. Hi, Bonnie. Bonnie,
Hi.
could you do me a favor? Send oh, there's Marcy. Hi, Marcy. I just noticed you send me a message, but I can't answer it to you now. So I'll talk to you about it later. I think I know what you're talking, sending me a message about. But everything's okay.
Hi,
Anyway,
Marcy.
so the
Go ahead.
yes, so the freezer paper is the paper with the shiny side, okay? And it's paper. It's that noisy one. So those are the three kinds that you're gonna get in your pot. So we're gonna start working with the interfacing first, which is the thin fabric one.
Let me mute.
Um, so usually interfacing is used for to give body to colors, uh, to when you have a pocket and it has a little flip. Sometimes you use the interfacing on your shirts on the button side, or it has, if you see, sometimes it has a white something. That's the interfacing they use to make it a little bit stiffer. um, Interfacing comes in different thicknesses. The one I'm sending is a thin one because I figure you didn't need a lot of weight on with paper. It all depends what you want to use it. You can use interfacing if you're a quilter, um, when you do t-shirts. T-shirt material is, I have a t-shirt on. It's stretchy. So whenever if you iron the interfacing under your t-shirt, it won't stretch much. So whenever you're sewing the your two pieces of shirt together, it doesn't stretch because look, if I'm just sewing, it pulls. But when you have this under, it doesn't pull as much. So it stabilizes your fabric more, especially on stretchy stuff. And for t-shirt quilts, it's you need a heavier interfacing. I can send you or tell if you're interested in that. I can't remember the number of what is best for or what I use for t-shirt quilts. So I can send it to you later. So any questions right now of what I just covered? Thanks, Marcy. Okay. So if you just have a question, uh, you can send it to us later, Bonnie. So, okay, so some ideas I thought you could use interfacing, and Becky brought up the napkin, paper napkin, you know how it tears so easy. Okay, so I took this corner of this napkin and I already ironed it on the interfacing. I took, this is the bumpy side. You feel it, okay, so this is the bumpy side. The bumpy side. I have a towel here. I'm going to put it on. Okay. So then this is the bumpy side. Then you take your napkin and you're going to place it on. If you just wanted to cut half, whatever, if you want to put the whole napkin, you can iron the whole napkin. I only did 1/4 of it. I'll just iron this other quarter. I have my ironing board, but it's too big to show, so I'm just going to use a napkin here for now. So, what I do is I just go around like that to adhere See how fast it adhere? Then I'm gonna cut very close to the edge. This is, and then when I finish, because I still have a little bit on the edges, I'm gonna put a paper towel. Um, you can use a paper towel. I have some jelly, um, whatever paper that is, or you can use not butcher paper. It was the parchment paper, and just I don't even on this one you don't really need to really hold it and count to 10 or anything like that because it's paper and the interfacing is thin. So the extra, so here's the napkin. If I go like this, see how it tears easily on the napkin just by itself? If I go like this, it won't. So you can use, that's the back, and it didn't distort the front at all. It didn't change. You just see more why because it doesn't, it's not as really a see-through. See, there's my hand and you don't see it. So it
Sarah,
doesn't,
Sarah,
it's not see-through.
Elise,
Go ahead.
Elise is asking, do you use fabric scissors or Adhere scissors?
Um, these are my craft scissors. I don't have my good scissors. Um, I'm using paper and I'll be using some fabrics, but not my quilting fabrics. So I have a Ginger pair for my quilting scissors. So I'm not using those tonight. These are just craft scissors that are sharp. So here is the napkin ironed on to that interfacing. So you can make an envelope, you can go like that and you have body to it and it doesn't rip. You can make little coin envelopes. This ones I would sew here and you have a nice sturdy envelope. You can even, I would sew here and then if let's say you wanted to add lace or something on this side, or if you wanted to add a little flap, I would do that. And I was thinking after I have this on and this side finished, I could put this into my journal, in between the pages. So let's say there's a page, or however, there's another page, and that'll go in between, so that it'll be sticking out like a little pocket or something. Or you can just sew here and here and make the little uh, like a coin envelope type thing, and you can put them in a bigger pocket. You can make this into pockets for your journal. If you have your page, let's pretend this is your page. You can sew, here and tuck it in here. So that's how you can use your napkin. Cool, huh? Whenever you have paper that is old, um, remember these pages that I have from 1900s? They're not very brittle, but they could be fragile. See, I just stored that here. So when you have really fragile, brittle pages, you can use the interfacing to iron on the back. So you have to see which side you want to save and which side it doesn't matter. So I ironed this on already. I took a piece of the inner facing, the bumpy side against the paper. So this is what it looks like after you iron it. So you do lose this back side. That's why I say you have to see which side you want. So I wanted to save this. Now you have a piece of paper to use however you want it. You can crease, and it doesn't really crease, but um, it's stable now. You can make envelopes. You can make let's go like this. Um, in your book, stitch here and here, and you have a belly band. Anything you want to use a piece of paper that was too brittle. This way you bring it to life by reinforcing the back. Cool, huh?
You can make yourself a dress.
You can make yourself a dress, Becky. She'll do that next time. You're cute. Um, Ciara had an idea. Whenever you take appliques from my wedding dress, this one, you cut it and then you have to see. Sometimes you have to glue so the beads don't come off because it's not reinforced on the other side because you cut and you might cut that thread and you have to glue. So she was thinking if you take an applique like this and put interfacing before you cut it, iron it on, and then cut it. That way you don't have to glue or be afraid those beads are gonna come off. I did a little one. This one looked like this without the interfacing. You can see through the knitting.
Okay, Bonnie,
Yeah.
thank you.
But because I added the interfacing, you don't see through, but it's reinforced on the back. So I don't see any loose threads or anything that's going to come up. I did cut just around the edges here, but I didn't cut around here so you could see the interfacing. And so I would go and cut again. So what you do is you take your piece of applique, put your interfacing where you think you're gonna cut, iron it on, and then cut around it, and then come back and fussy cut after you iron it well. I would, with stuff like this, when you have beads and stuff, don't use your ironing board. Use a towel, because when you put this, the beads will go into the towel, and it'll make it flatter on this side, if you know what I mean. If you put it on something hard, you're gonna feel the beads, and then sometimes when you put heat, sometimes you get the fabric gets distorted, or sometimes it turns a little black or something. But like that, if you put it against the towel because it's padded, the beads sink into the towel, and you don't have that rough. You don't feel the beads, and so they go into the towel instead of coming up to the towel. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
I got it.
So so um
The
so
towel
that's
is
where that.
the
Go
towel
ahead.
it has give in it so that you don't have the hard surface pushing back on what you're
Right.
trying to iron.
Because see, like this, you see how much those pearls stand out. When you put those pearls against the hard surface, it's going to, you're gonna feel them. This is gonna pop up. But with the towel, they're gonna sink into the towel, so it'll be smoother. Anyway, that's a hint when you need to iron, embroider um, things. Um, some like the um, doilies. When you do doilies, you do the right side onto a towel and then you iron it. When you do, when you have um, embroider stuff like this, you put that into a towel and um, and the stitches sink into, so whenever you do it, it's not so flat.
Sweetheart says well, let me back up. Marcy says, makes perfect sense, Sarah. Sweetheart says, I do. Nice truck. I'm like, what? And then she says, trick. Nice trick.
Oh,
And Elisa said, cool idea for brittle paper. Yeah, it is a great idea for brittle paper.
yeah. So it's yeah. I'm
So
learning to,
I thought Sweetheart was looking at your new truck and you didn't show the rest of us.
and I wanted to know where my new truck is. Oh, so
Sarah,
okay, so that's
Bonnie's back. She says, Sarah, you have so much knowledge as a quilter that transfers to paper crafting. Thank you for sharing.
oh well. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. Yeah, yeah, being a quilter, you learn a lot, and then you apply it to different things. So I'm glad I can pass it on. So, any more questions on the interfacing? Oh, you're welcome, Don.
Dawn feels better now. She had a shower.
Oh, you did. Oh, okay. It smells nice then. um, so when you iron, you can also use paper towels. Did I say that? It doesn't matter. Um, when you use another trick, whenever you use paper towels, like this one has this zigzaggy design on it, try to remember which side you're using on the bottom, because when you're using this interfacing and you have some, it's going to stick to the paper towel. On this one, it doesn't matter the interfacing because it's only one side. But when you use the Wonder Under that has sticky sides on both sides, sometimes you have it on this side and you don't want to put that against your fabric that you're gonna adhere, or you don't want to put your iron onto that side. So make sure you remember what side is sticky, because if I have sticky stuff here, I'm not gonna take another towel, put it here, and then the sticky one here, and then use my iron, because then it will be on my iron. So I have to remember. And sometimes you can just turn it over. I'll explain that later better. It doesn't make sense right now. But
Hi, Kat. Thank you for coming.
oh, hi, Kat. I bet you Bonnie sent you. uh, all right. Okay. Oh, um, interfacing is also good. Okay, this is, what this is, right? This is lame, and it's
That's very
very
pretty.
thin. It is pretty, and there's so many pretty shiny fabrics, but it's really hard to do anything with it. Sometimes to cut. Once you cut it, it frays. But if you add the interfacing, it will give body to it. You can cut a pattern out, like if you're gonna cut a sun or a heart or whatever, and then it won't fray on the edges as much because it's adhered to the interfacing. With this, you make sure you're gonna put your interfacing bumpy side up. I have to feel it because sometimes it's hard. The lame has no right side either, so sometimes it's best to have this iron before you put them on. Like, see, this side is folded down under. So for this, I'm gonna take a paper towel and iron it. Okay, see, there's my pattern. And okay, so on this one, you probably it's better if you iron it on a hard surface. But then you'll take your interfacing with the bumpy side and I try to be as close to the edge. I don't go like that because then I would iron my towel to the interfacing. I just line it to the very edge. This one I'm gonna have to come that much because it's all over here. And then I iron. And with this, I don't remember. Yeah, see, it will stick. It will stick. It will shrink if I add straight heat to the lame. But if with the towel, it won't damage it. So I have to make sure I don't go out of my paper towel. So sometimes if I'm not careful, I do shrink it. But so that way, I remove the paper towel and it's iron on. Now I can go and I didn't do it all the way here because I didn't want to iron it into hit my iron with, okay, I'm gonna go crooked because this is crooked, but I just want you to see the clean edge that you get. Okay, so for fabrics like that unravel, that are hard to cut and whatever, this is really good to use. And it's thin, so you're not adding a lot of weight to it. Okay.
Now, Sarah, could you run something like that with the interfacing on it through your die cuts?
I don't know because I don't have one, so I never play with it. If you have one, try it, but
I
don't
will.
say I told you
Try.
because I don't know. I'm sure it would. That's one thing you might because it's just like fabric. It's just a little bit thicker fabric. It would be more like a cotton weight than the really thin. So that's the lame with the interfacing. You can kind of see a little through with it.
They're asking what temperature you have the iron on, and also if you might mention about the steam or no steam.
Okay, I have it on high, so that would be cotton. I don't use steam when I quilt or do anything like that. I don't steam. I will be using steam in a little bit when I use the freezer paper, but I mainly use, if I had to iron my fabric that is wrinkled, excuse me, I don't use steam. Excuse me. I have a spray bottle that I always spray my fabric and then iron. But I don't use steam. So that's that one. Okay, I think that's all I have with steam with interfacing. So that's the thin fabric. So you want to do freezer paper or under the hidden bond?
Let's do freezer paper.
Okay, freezer paper is going to change your lives. Okay, this is the big one. So, like I said, freezer paper, it doesn't matter on the brand. It matters as it's plastic coated. That's what you have to look for. Okay.
Hi, Luz.
I didn't. Hi, Luz. We missed you this morning. I'm glad you're here. We're learning about freezer paper, interfacing, and steam. Another brand is Steam a Seam. Hidden Bond, Wonder Under. They're the same type of thing. I went to Albertsons. I don't know if you guys have Albertsons, Stater
Hi, Luz.
Brothers. Those
Hi,
are.
Luz. Coco's not here tonight. This is Becky.
Yes. Anyway, the grocery stores didn't have it. I found Reynolds wrap at Walmart. This brand I got Smart and Final. If you had Smart and Final, that's where I got this one. And that was very reasonable. Reynolds wrap is really a lot higher because of the name. And so it comes in a roll, and you just cut whatever you need. So like I said, one side is shiny. You can use this as your palette when you're painting because it doesn't soak through your table or whatever. So just have it, and it doesn't soak into the paper because of the plastic coated. So if you're painting, you can use it for that. That's another thing I just remembered. So when on the freezer paper, you can draw whatever you need. I'm gonna cut a leaf, okay? Roughly, because I don't want to take my time right now. You would cut actually on the line if you were gonna do a bunch of leaves. You can fold your paper and cut a bunch of leaves. If you like, I'm a quilter and I needed to applique a bunch of leaves, I would cut a bunch together. Or I can just cut one and you can I don't have fabrics, guys. Okay, here's a fabric. Here's this the plastically side down. So the paper, you can tell it's applied because my pen mark. That's all you need to do to adhere it to the fabric. And it peels off. There's no residue, nothing. You can iron it on and it stays on. You could keep ironing it and it stays. Okay, so after a while it will wear off, but it's gonna stay. I'm gonna cut a leaf out of this. Now, this is what we did for quilting, we will leave a little, not even a 1/4 inch, but a little, just under a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And it'll be better if I use the hard surface, but let me show you here. So when you whenever you do applique, you can use this method just like that, and you can stitch here, and eventually this will be a little shabby because the threads would get loose. You know, you can do buttonhole stitch or zigzag or whatever. That's one way. But if you don't want it any raw seams, then that's when you iron it under. And that's what I'm going to show you, how this freezer paper works. So you take it, and because you have the paper, you just iron against it, and you have a perfectly creased side. And then you come back to the other side and just push your iron towards the paper, the fabric towards the paper, and you have it creased. And see, you have, and then you come back. This is how it's supposed to end. And then this, like that. Okay? And then when you applique, you come here, and then you tuck that in, and then you have a perfect point on both ends. So you don't cut those off, you just tuck them in as you sew. So do you leave the paper in? No, you take it off. You can use a little spread of water there. And I don't have this side down, but just hold it for a few minutes or a few seconds. And then I didn't do it right, but then you take your paper off and you have it. And those are your leaves ready to applique onto your project. If you have a heart, you can do it the same way. If you don't want a raw edge, that's what the freezer paper is for. That's what quilters use freezer paper for. Okay. And then sometimes if this is not thick enough, you can take your paper and iron into the paper, and you can cut it right, you know, next to your pattern out, and then you have your leaf to thickness, so it's a little bit thicker, so it's easier to feel the pattern when you iron. Or you can have 3 or 4, as many layers, but you can still peel it. On some you cannot. Whenever some other paper, I'm gonna try it on a napkin because I don't know if it peels off or not. But let's say for the napkin, if you wanted to cut the Eiffel Tower, I don't know why, but let's see if it works. Okay. So that would be easy to cut if you needed to cut instead of tearing. If you want sharp size, then you would cut it, right? Okay, so I'm not gonna finish the whole thing, but that's what it looks like. Can I peel it off? I don't know. Probably not. Okay, so you would get stuck with that. And then, so I wouldn't use it on the paper napkin because tell me how you would use something like this. If you can glue it onto, because you have this paper side, so you can use glue on this side and glue it on like that, and it will give you more a little of a 3D effect because this will be a little raised.
You could use
So
it as paper now or fabric.
yeah, it'll be just paper,
It just
but
makes the napkin sturdy.
yes, and like I said, it does have the paper side, so you can glue it on to something. But if you were going to, if you wanted to use the rose here or the butterfly to adhere to something, that's where you use the Wonder Under. But we'll get to that one in a little bit. So that's one way of to use the freezer paper. With freezer paper, you can use to adhere fabric. So pretend this is muslin, right? So you're just going to iron it on. I'm gonna put it here. So, and if my iron touches the glossy side, it doesn't matter because it doesn't have any sticky. It makes it a little sticky on the paper, but not the iron. Okay, so I'm gonna cut. Of course, I wouldn't want the edge like it's there. Whenever if you cut a 8.5 by 11-inch piece of freezer paper, and you have 8.5 by 11 piece of muslin. Muslin is usually what you use to put it in your printers. Okay, let's pretend this is 8.5 by 11. Do you know what I'm going with this? If this is muslin,
Printing.
it's backed with paper, so you can print on the muslin. You can print photographs. You can print any
Images.
images. Thank you. I don't print images because I don't have a printer, so I can't show you how it works right now. But I bought a bunch of images from Julie and from some of the people that I had them on sale, but I haven't used them because I don't have a printer. Bonnie sent me some one time. Anyway, so for you to use this, make sure you use the edges are at least the top one that's going to go into your printer straight, and the sides. Cut that. If you have a rotary cutter and a ruler, that's going to give you the straightest edge. Or you can use your paper cutter, whatever you cut paper with, as long as it's straight, use that. And then don't cut your fabric until you make sure it's right. What I do is I cut my paper to the right size, right? And then I take my fabric, and if it's longer, then I trim it to the size of my paper. But you have to be careful. That's where I use my ruler and my rotary cutter to make sure I'm straight and I'm right on the size of the paper. And that's how you can print. When you print, that's another thing I don't I can't tell you how to print because I don't, but I know you can do it because my son has printed some pictures for me. If you use if you're gonna use pictures for like your journals, wall hangings, things that are not gonna get washed, I think you can use the laser printer. If you're going to use things that are going to be like on a blanket, on an apron, tablecloth, something that's going to get washed, you have to use an inkjet. It sets better. You can set the color in. After you print, you iron it to heat set your image. And then if you have, there's a powder, retain, I think it's called. If you soak this, your image in this mixture for, I don't know how long, it won't lose as much color, okay? Because then if you wash it, some color will come off, and if you use a retain, it doesn't. So those are things that you can use to do your freezer paper. If you
Sarah,
mm-hmm.
can you use freezer paper for raw edge applique?
Yes, like I said, when my leaf, where did my leaf go? Okay, I'm gonna cut here a heart. Okay, this is freezer paper. I'm gonna cut a heart.
Hi, Coco.
Hi, Coco. So I'm gonna iron I'm doing here so I don't cut too much or waste fabric or whatever. It doesn't matter because I'm not gonna use it. So raw edge applique means you don't turn your edges down. Okay, I'm cutting into the paper, but you don't have to. Okay, here's my heart, kind of funny looking heart, but you can go back and cut it. Okay, that's better. Um, do you stitch them on, or how do you use them, Becky?
That question was from Luz.
Oh, okay. So
Sorry.
loose. Okay, so I took this is only to cut your pattern. So there's my pattern. Here's my fabric, and it all depends how you're gonna adhere this. If you're gonna sew it on the machine, or you're going to sew it on by hand. By hand, I would just use it like this. You can use it's called Quilt Smart, which is like the inner facing, but it's thin and it has sticky sides on both sides, so you can iron it on this and it has sticky, and then you iron it on this side. It sticks to the fabric, and then you stick it here, and you quilt however you want it, sew it on. But that's the only way you can use your the freezer here, because you could sew it on. You can stitch around here to make it stable, and and then I would come back and cut the my background and pull the paper out, but you would have paper around the edges where you sewed. So I wouldn't use the paper to do that. I would only use it to do that and then stitch however. But for
Sarah,
that, mm-hmm.
I'm gonna mute and go do my phone call, and then I'll be back.
Okay, all right. Give her love to your sister.
Okay.
So, see, there's some threads for you, Coco. If you can see through the paper, you can see through the paper. Um, here's the you can see a little bit. I don't know. It all depends. If I have my it all depends what fabric you have. Because if I have this fabric that is dark, I'm not going to be able to see. I don't know how you would use that though. If you want to draw on this, you want to draw. There's my house, right? That's your drawing you're talking about. That's your fabric you're going to slow stitch on. You're going to iron it on. The only thing I could think is loosen, and I don't know why would you want your pattern on that, and just go from there to here and slow stitch, and that's part of your roof, and then go here to here, and that's coming down, and then that's the side of your house. So you've been sewing around your house. And then you finish sewing here. So that's the only thing I can see using that as slow stitching, but I don't know. You can sew on the machine, like if you have two pieces, okay, let's say we're gonna iron that. And where's my other piece of fabric? Yeah. If I'm gonna sew these two together, this is my right side and my right side. And let's pretend this is my pattern. I can sew on this line, okay? And that's my 1/4 inch. So whenever I sew, this is what it's gonna end it up like, okay? So you have a perfect straight seam. Whenever you are ready to move that, it tears like it's a perforated stamp. You loosen it from here, and then it tears like you know, if it's a stamp, how you a stamp tears because of the stitches, that's how it would come off. So you pull this side first, and then you pull this side off the stitches, and the paper comes. That's with a straight stitch. So you would have this here. Uh, so we have one seam. And if you need to sew straight and you have to follow a line, let's pretend this is another one. And we're going to do it here so you're not following the line. And if you have your paper here, you're going to iron it. This is your line to sew. So you're going to sew on that line, right? And you have sewn those three together with perfect stitches straight. That's another way you can use freezer paper, I guess. There's a method called paper piecing, where the pattern is all on paper. And I designed some of those patterns. I don't have one out. But you just sew on the paper. And when I used the pattern, it was the regular typing or copy paper weight. So you can see on the back. And it's a flip sew method. So it has numbers. So you have to sew on, you know, the number 1 and then number 2 line and number 3 and stuff, and you go like that, and you just follow the numbers and change your fabrics and stuff, and it comes perfect shape and everything. But that's totally different. So that's for the freezer paper. You can print on your computer. You can make patterns. Oh, you can use it as a stencil type. Okay, so let's pretend you want to stencil a heart. And don't laugh at my hearts, because so this is your stencil, and this is your shirt, and you're going to iron it on. And then you can paint. Whenever you use this, don't paint with a brush and go like this against the edge, because it could go under. Use it like a stencil with, you know, dabbing up and down, especially around the edges, so it doesn't go under the paint or the ink, whatever you use. So just tap, especially around the edges. Color your heart in, let it dry, and then peel it, and you would have your heart. And you can reuse it and do another one. So this is a nice thing about freezer paper. You can iron it as long as you iron it on the paper side. Okay, heat goes against the paper, not against the shiny side. See how many times that is, and it still sticks. Any ideas how you might use it that I can't think of it right now? Oh, cool, Bonnie. Okay. Can you all That's fine.
I'm back for a few minutes. We have to wait for like 15, 20 minutes before we can call back.
Oh, okay. So we're doing, we use this as a stencil. The quick shape was the heart, and I iron it. I was telling them they can paint, but use it as a stencil, not dab dab up and down, not sideways with a regular paintbrush, because you don't want paint to go under. So if you dab around the edges, you should be okay. Um, oh, whenever you iron this to, okay, pretend this is white fabric, right? I'm sorry, I don't have any white with me. Um, in kindergarten, I did a quilt with kindergartners, and they had to draw their favorite flower. Well, if you take a piece of fabric and you try to draw, especially with the pencil, because you don't want dark marks, because you might make a mistake because you're a kindergartner. If you iron it onto freezer paper, it's like regular paper, right? And so it's easier to draw. It's easy to write. When you write on fabric, use Sharpie. If you have the thin one, it's best. When you use Sharpie on fabric, you cannot hold it down and say, oh, what am I going to write? Because the fabric's just like a sponge and it pulls the ink. So whenever you write on fabric with a Sharpie, you have to move it quickly. Don't let it sit because it makes a blob. Not big blob, but you can tell it expands the ink. So you have to keep moving it at all times. When you do the outline, same thing. Don't stop on a line. You have to stop but lift your pen and then go back. Sometimes you get a little dot where you start again, but not a big one. Anyway, those are different hints, but it helps. So when we did the quilt, I folded a 1/4 inch, just I didn't mark it, I just folded it, and I told them, okay, you cannot draw after that line. So they had to stay inside this little square. See where I don't remember if I did it under or up. I think I did it under, and you could tell where I folded it. So they had to stay inside that, so they didn't have to draw on, outside the line where when you stitch it, it would disappear because you stitched it together. So, that's when you're working with little kids, that's great. A cute present for you moms, if you have little ones, have them do their handprints and make into little wall hanging or something. That's an easy thing to do. Um, why are you crying?
Because she checked and her freezer paper doesn't have plastic coating.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, but you can use that paper for your journals. Um, you can probably print on it, right? Yeah, that's what I said. You have to make sure it says freezer plastic coated, or it won't work. So, anybody have any questions or any ideas? Uh, I'm sorry. I just read Sandy's comment.
Which one? The short bus?
No, I'm taking a moment of silence.
For Elisa.
So I would not use freezer paper on the napkin unless you want it as a paper. Um, but it, and I wouldn't use it on paper either because I don't, unless you're gonna stitch it.
Well, but
So we,
it'll keep the brittle paper though from crumbling if you wanted to use
yeah,
it, right?
that's what I'm gonna, let me iron. Look at those ads. Where's my, oh,
Like if you wanted to use that for a pocket, that ad,
yes.
you could
Yeah,
put it
I'm
on.
gonna, so I'm going to cut this out. Let's see. This is my 1910, December 16, 1910. My son was born December 16, not 1910.
And
Okay, so I'm going to iron um, the paper. Okay, it's kind of crooked, so I can do it like this. Oh, whenever you iron your whenever you get ready to do your fabric for your, if you're gonna print photos, iron your fabric smooth as you can get it, and then iron it into onto your paper, okay? Because you don't want wrinkles. So I'm just gonna cut both of them together here. I'm gonna try to do it outside the line. uh I don't want to lose this pretty edge. It took years for that, right? Okay, so I'm not very close, but let's see. So look, so it is thick. um I don't want to rip it, so I'm not gonna try it. But you can sew it onto your journal like that. I would I would reinforce this. So next time, if I plan ahead, I would leave something like this on the top side so I can fold it. Oh, look. So to fold it is not working too well because it's cracking. So you would have to use a ruler to try to fold, I guess. Ah, I don't have one right here.
well, the
Anyway,
interface might.
so the interfacing will work best because this um, is cracking and it could peel off. So that's good to know. So it would work for something that is not as delicate as old, but I would just sew onto your page, and make a pocket. But I would use interfacing instead. Okay, so that's good to know. All right, so moving on. If you have any questions with the freezer paper, I can do the under stuff or hidden bond or okay. So the this is I'm not using this one. Actually, I'm not sure what I'm using because I don't have a piece. Um, Can I send one of these short? I thought I had a one, but I can't. Let me see here. Okay, I'm gonna cut a little bit of this, and one of you might be a little short. I'm gonna use where'd it go? The width of this one. See, this is the from that paper. Okay, like that. I would be using my rotary cutter, and I have one that is just for paper and one that is for my fabrics. And cutting paper with my rotary kind of sharpens them, except I'm not sure about all this glue stuff, but it doesn't give any residue. So it, not like regular tape. Okay, so on this, if you give me a minute, I'll be right back. So for this, we're going to use a manila envelope. We're going to iron this to our newspaper. For this, I don't want it wasted, so I'm just going to eyeball it and cut it right next to it. So can you see how it kind of looks glossy, kind of texture? This side is smooth, plain paper. So the paper, I want this side, the back side is gonna go against the sticky side. I'm gonna take my paper towel and I put parchment paper on my towel because I don't want any sticky stuff on my towel. It came onto this towel, so I know this zigzaggy has some glue. So I'm not gonna put this zigzaggy against my iron. Okay, so look, it's stiff, and okay, see here, carefully, just like you peel napkins apart, you peel this off. Do you see this side is glossy? That has some adhesive on it. The first layer was glued to the paper. Now this is going to be glued onto whatever else we wanted. So this is just extra paper. So I'm going to make a tag out of this. So I'm going to take my manila folder. And for this, maybe you would have your pieces cut out. I didn't do that. So here's my napkin. The zigzaggy went against that. And so that side has some sticky, right? So I fold it in half so the sticky is inside, but I can still use it. That's what I meant to tell you earlier. Because you don't want it on the outside to get it on your iron, or you don't want to use it on the bottom. Okay, so here's this. It's on the manila folder. And for this, I would use my rotary cutter. You can use your paper cutter to make sure straight, because I'm not straight here. Well, it had a line here, but I could go into the inside line or just go to that line. Okay, so there's a tag. You can punch a hole, you can put an eyelet, whatever you want. If you need to iron it, never put heat on your paper, like this newspaper print. Don't put heat on this because it kind of cooks it somehow. So you would put the heat on the back or with a paper towel on top. Okay?
Cat, yes, this is a two-step process. It you iron the paper onto one side of the heat and bond or wonder under, and then you peel the backing, and then you heat it to your cardstock. So yes,
Yes.
two steps, and we are using wonder under or heat and bond are two of the common names. Basically, it's a double-sided adhesive interfacing.
Thank you, Becky. Yes. So so you can use your sewing machine and stitch around just to make sure it stays on. Like I say, you put your eyelet if you want to do a hole, and you can distress it. You can go on from there. But there's your tag using a 1910 newsprint. You can color it in, whatever. Finish it however you like, but there's a tag. Okay. You can take your hold on, I had it here and I moved it. Some of you bought these prints last week, right? And they had tags. I'm gonna use that one. So I'm gonna iron it so it doesn't have any wrinkles. I
Sarah,
haven't. Uh-huh.
my call came in, so I'll be back in a few.
Okay. Um, so I ironed my fabric, no wrinkles. I'm gonna take, now this is a little too thin. Let me see if there's a one that would fit. I think this one's just, oh, this is so cute. Okay, this one would fit. It's not complete, but, oh, let's do the picture here. That'll be perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna roughly cut around. This is all I got out of those fabrics. Because I didn't remember to save one for myself. So it's iron. So I'm gonna take I'm just gonna call it a wonder under, okay? I'm gonna do it this way. And I'm just gonna touch, I'm going to just touch my iron to the fabric just to hold it. Now I can cut my my under off. I'm just cutting right against the fabric, okay? It's still not as smooth. Now I'm going to iron it. Where's my towel? You can also use fabric if you want. If you have extra fabric like that, you can use. I would not use what's it called? Freezer paper, because then it sticks to it, and no. So there's my towel. And I'm not going to iron it. I'm just going to set heat to it. Okay, maybe I need to use a towel that is not double. Okay. Oh, okay. Duh, it's not ironing to this. Okay, so it did adhere. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so you have just the fabric on one side and the smooth side of the paper on the other. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to, whenever you take a napkin apart, you use tape to pull it apart. Well, you take a pin and you're going to score, and then not too hard, but you can lift it. And you just pull that extra piece of paper, and you have your fabric with the sticky side. And it feels like plastic. Okay, it's not sticky at all. It feels like plastic. It feels like the side of the freezer paper. That's what this feels like. Okay, so at this time you can go and trim it. At this step, you're going to, and even if you want to, you can leave the back. It makes it a little bit more stable probably, and cut. That way you cut 3 layers instead of 2 if you want, whatever. This is not iron, that's why it made that, but I'm just going to move it. So I'm just going to cut without it. Okay. Okay, I'm not cutting straight. Okay, so this is fabric, it's not paper. You can do the same thing. You can take, like I have my manila envelope folder, or you can do cardstock, whatever you would like. And I'm going to roughly cut here. And now we're going to iron. Okay. So it's the paper is bigger than the fabric, and that's fine. You're going to put heat to it. You're not going to iron. You're just going to set your machine. And you can probably count to 10 if you want, and then lift. And you have a tag. You can write on it and you have your image. And then you can trim. So you can probably skip the first step, when I try to cut on the line first without the paper. You can probably just skip that one until you iron it onto the paper and then cut them together. Okay, so where did I miss this one? There you go. You have a little tag with from fabric. Pretty cool, huh? You can stitch around, you can do whatever, finish it however you would like. But that's how you would do that. That's how you would use this other tags. Remember I had this fabric if you want to cut the people out. Is that funny or what? You could, I think you could still do that. A lot of fussy cutting. You know, just do a chunk of this here. And then just go and cut. I would take this, iron it to get this wrinkle, iron it onto my Wonder Under, peel it, iron into the cardstock, whatever, and then fussy cut. I need good glasses to do that. But I have this, some of you bought this fabric, remember the stamps? And then this is a Christmas one. You can cut those little ones out after you put the Wonder Under and do the steps and then cut them separately.
Hey, I didn't get that one.
Oh, we did a little tag.
No,
This
I
is
didn't get
from the.
that fabric.
Oh no, you didn't. I have a little piece I can send you, but
Okay.
actually I have. If you write me, I have 3 pieces I can send to 3 different people. It'll be something like this, but you still have little stamps. It's really fun. So the first 3 me's, let's say 2 me's because I offer one to Becky. And then we'll give this away. So that's what you can use with your printed.
Okay, it's in, ladies.
Oh, thank you, Becky. Remember all the little panels you've gotten? You
Yeah.
can reinforce them that way, make pockets, make pages with those. So that's a lot you can do.
Okay, Alisa,
Uh-huh.
congratulations. You guys get some of the Christmas tag fabric.
Okay. Hold on a minute. Who was that? Alyssa?
Alisa and Sandy Moore.
Oh, thank you. And Becky. I call it Christmas stamps.
Thank
Okay,
you,
so.
Sarah.
Oh, hi,
Laura,
Laura. Hi.
hi, Laura. She's wanting to know if you have any more people fabric.
More people fabric. No, I supposed to get some more. I don't know when. We'll see. I'll let you know if I do. You missed our sale last week. Um, oh, I do have this one. Is
I
this the
think that's
people one you were talking about?
I think that's the one I was talking about.
I do
Laura,
have this. This is
Laura,
$4 a
is that
back
the
order.
one you're talking about, the black and white with all the people?
Yeah, this is called Lost in the Crowd. You can
Yes,
say,
that
"Where's
one.
Waldo?"
She said yes, that one.
Okay. Yeah, I have quite a few of this one. That's the only one that was left actually.
Laura, let us know if you want a fat quarter or what.
It's $4 a fat quarter, but I don't have any more of this fabric. I thought that's what you meant. Yeah. So, um, with the this is a clock face from that fabric. If I iron it
Laura,
to
how much do you want? One fat quarter, two fat quarter,
a yard
three fat quarter, a yard.
or none. Okay, so I'm going to iron this to not iron on, heat set actually.
Laura, answer the question.
So this is fussy cutting, right? Okay, you can I wasn't planning on putting it on cardstock or anything. I'm just doing it like this.
She wants a half yard.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you, Laura.
Thanks, Laura.
Is your next sale next Friday morning?
Mine, yes.
Yes, next Friday morning at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time,
Yes. It's 11 o'clock Eastern.
11
That one
o'clock.
I know. And usually Coco starts selling. Okay, so it did come off easily. See, it looks like plastic. So I can iron this onto, um, if I have a plain page on my journal, I can just iron it on, just heat set it. It's like an applique. Um, what else you can do?
You can iron it onto fabric, like if you're doing a fabric book cover and you had an image you wanted on fabric, you could iron it on that before you sew it, or
Yeah, I mean, you can do like a decoupage type thing if you fussy cut stuff like that, you know. Um, if I added, you can add it to this and iron it. So you can applique dec decoupage onto your fabric, your paper. I'm gonna try the napkin. This is where um, I'm just gonna do this butterfly. Uh, I didn't iron.
Coco. Yes, I would love to.
You would love to what?
She asked if I would grace you with my selling sometime. I'm assuming she means come on your channel.
uh, okay, so I'm going to um, iron on this butterfly, napkin butterfly, onto the wonder under. Because I don't have a lot, I'm just gonna kind of roughly cut this. I didn't even put heat on it because I'm just gonna cut the butterfly out, okay? So here it is. I'm going to add heat. And hopefully it didn't flip the butterfly. Okay, so there's iron onto the napkin. I'm gonna peel the back.
Sarah Coco's trying to start trouble with you.
Uh-oh, what did she do? Oh, there you go. Oh no. I want to see you pussycat a snapdragon. I
A
never said
dragonfly.
snapdragonfly. I said snapdragon. Okay, so here's my. Now you got me going. My butterfly, my paper napkin applique. So I can fussy cut. I'm just gonna roughly cut it. You can take your time, fussy cut. Oh, my glasses are coming out, so I'm just gonna take them out. For this, you might want to use your little scissors.
I see so many people on videos that fussy cut with those big old scissors like that. I don't know how you do it. I gotta have my
Well,
little one.
because you don't move your scissors. You just see you start at the back
I know you move your hand. I
and
get
you move.
that, but
Yeah.
I would cut my finger off on the other end of it when I was moving it around.
Oh, so, okay. So there's the butterfly. I kind of didn't, like I said, rough cut it. So see, one side is gonna plastically, right? And the other one is just like paper. So then you can just take your, where's my tag? Um, and iron it on. For this, what you can do also, just iron or sew here in the middle and leave those loose.
Can you iron it on to the other side
Yeah,
as
you can
well?
iron it. You can iron it whatever. But it would be fun to just, instead of iron the whole thing on, you could probably do this with that regular interfacing because you don't need the glue, the sticky side. If you do just the regular interfacing, it doesn't have sticky, you can set it on your tag, whatever, and just sew in the middle. And
Oh,
then
you know
like
what else
zigzag,
you could do?
huh?
You could make a tip in with the butterfly as your fabric or tape. So put the, like, say you want to add that onto a page, then you can flip it.
Uh-huh.
Just iron one wing onto the edge.
Like that?
No, you'd iron the other wing onto the page that you wanted to tip that in on.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
If you have two pages?
No, say you have a page.
Okay,
Say that,
here's the page.
no, that's your tip in. Say that napkin is your page. And
Okay.
you want to add this tip in on, but you want to be able to move it so you can see both sides of it.
Okay.
So you iron that wing there to that, and then iron it to the page, and then it'll bend.
Okay. So
You have
that
your
will hold, yes, that would hold your page. All right.
that would
I
be
see
a
what you're
cute
saying.
little way to
Yeah,
do it. Look,
right. See, ladies, you can
hinge.
just get
That's the
inspired
word.
here.
Thanks, Coco. Hinge.
Hinge, yes.
I was like, what am I
You could
trying
have
to say?
started there. But you can just sew in the middle and let the wings
Yeah.
flap from a napkin. Cool. I like that idea, Becky. Use it as a hinge. So you might want to use a bigger butterfly because that won't
Or
hold a big piece.
no, but
Um,
something that little like that, that like especially if you had layered, you had several different layers that were all different sizes, and you wanted to put a little that little thing
mhm.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Say you
that
had a picture on the back that you liked too,
right,
and and then the butterfly would just make it cute, different.
right. That's really cute idea. I like that. So you can take your napkin and fussy cut the flower. You can fussy cut the word, the Eiffel Tower, whatever, instead of gluing it. So use your Wonder Under and iron it. So
Now
that's,
let's buy your napkin, Sarah.
yeah. And use it as a, there you go. You can use your interfacing napkin to make a, oh, make a, um, gosh, what's it called whenever you just sew here and then you have the flip, like a
Flip
fabric flip, and this is a napkin flip.
napkin. That's cool too.
Yeah, alrighty. Have the
Uh,
butterfly like this and just hold it with the wing like that. There you go. Okay, so do you ladies have any questions? Sipping mouth and not telling.
Sandy wants that napkin,
You
and
want this napkin?
I think that Bonnie probably has some and isn't going to tell her.
Oh, Sandy or not? I don't know who you said. Well, so
Bye, Cat.
oh, bye, Kat. Thanks for coming. Give it a thumbs up if you like, if you ladies got something out of this tonight. I would
Well,
appreciate that.
we have 15 watching and 16 thumbs up, so
Oh,
that's
good.
good.
For a last minute class, that's pretty good. So these are some of the projects we did. Um, oops, my paper. This paper. Is that all we use? The leaves. So, is there something here, Becky, you would like? Where's my other tag, my little man?
The little boy.
Yeah. Oh, is it a boy? It is.
Boy,
It's
man,
a
whatever.
man.
No, the one with the fabric.
Oh, the little one?
Yeah, the little one.
The It's the story of my life. I lose things. I went with this one. It's a little man.
Oh, yeah, the little man.
You and
He
that
was
with the butterfly?
in the farm journal that I'm working on too.
Okay. So you can have that. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, if you haven't gotten anything, um, whenever I show something, the first meet, and then we'll call it a night because do you have any questions, first of all?
Any questions? So what she's going to do is she's going to show each of the things that she did tonight, and the first me for each one as she lays it down, she'll send that to. So any questions on anything? I think what I'll do is put in like a small description. That way you can keep track of what it is.
You can buy Wonder Under at Joann's. You can buy it at Walmart.
You can get it on Amazon.
Yes. There's also there's one. It's called Steam Seam. Steam Seam I like the best, but it's pricey. I had a sheet and I have no idea what I did with it. That was what I was going to use to demonstrate. Steam Seam is like a napkin. Um, the what I mean is you have your layers, right? And of course, I'm not going to be able to take apart. Okay, with Steam Seam, you can take one of the layers, and this is so it leaves the top layer leaves the stick. It has the sticky side. So you iron that. No, wait.
It's the same thing, isn't it?
No. Steam Seam has two layers. You peel one off, and it has a sticky side that goes onto your fabric. Okay. You can take your fingers and you can press it, and it sticks to your fabric. Then you can do whatever. You don't have to heat set right away. In case it went off like that, like, oh shoot, it's crooked, you can peel it off and restick it.
Oh, so it's repositional
It's
before you
repositional
heat.
before you make it permanent. With Wonder Under is heat bond. Once you have to iron it on or heat set it for you to peel it, that's permanent already. Steam Seam gives you a chance to reposition. And um, then you cut whatever. And then I'm thrifty. So whenever if I'm going to cut this flower, I try to use let's pretend this is my Steam Seam, not that one, okay? So I put my flower as close to the edge as I can on my Steam Seam. So I cut around here, and because if I use the Steam Seam, the rest is not, I can reuse it someplace else because it's not stuck to this fabric. Okay, so then I can heat set this part, heat set it, and then trim it fussy cut to the edge. But I have saved all this because I didn't put heat to this on this part of the Steam Seam. That's the nice part of the Steam Seam. And it's you can get those in sheets like 11 by 8. You don't put them on your I don't know if you can feed those to your printer to get a pattern on. I don't know. And like I say, I don't have a printer, so I have no idea. But why would you put it through your printer? So you have your pattern on the paper side, and then you just cut. You know, there's some. You don't have to have a design on your fabric to cut something. If you want to cut like a silhouette of this, if you wanted to print it on the steam paper, iron it on, then you have your pattern to cut. If it's like a silhouette type thing or something like that.
Yeah,
But
any fabric store's gonna carry at least one, if not all, of the
yes,
different brands. The heat and bond is good if you want a small size. It comes in a couple of sheets that are folded into a package, so
yes.
it's more manageable if you're just doing little projects.
Um, this was on a roll. This is like a heat and bond. Um, this is Wonder Under, and it came in 2-yard package, and it is thinner. Same results. I got this one at Walmart, 2 yards for something. So I would check Joann's, wait for a coupon, and that's when you buy it. Wait for Black Friday. At Joann's, they used to have Black Friday and everything was, half off, whatever. Now Joann's has the sale for the whole week. I don't know if Black Friday is going to change this year because there's so much not available. I don't know how is it going to be, if there's going to be good deals or not. Um, but um, check Joann's, and every year, every day during that week before the Black Friday, they have sales. Or
Laura,
if they have the,
I
go ahead.
think she's asking, is there anything like the Wonder Under that is water soluble? I believe once you adhere it to the fabric, it
Um,
is.
it would be permanent unless you want to wash it tons of. It will eventually start lifting. So on, like I said, on fabric, I would, I said, stitch
It,
around just to reinforce it, but it seems pretty secure. Look, if I'm going like this, I don't see it peeling. I don't know after how many times if it's would start or not.
are you talking about the interfacing, Laura? Yeah, that can be washed with,
Yeah.
once it's attached.
Yeah, if you stick it on fabric, yes, you can wash. I did several things that I just what Luz was saying, the rough applique. I would cut let's pretend this was cut out with it wasn't cut out with freezer paper, but with the Wonder Under backing, and I would stick it on, iron it on, and sometimes I did stitch around it, sometimes I didn't, and it was just fine. Eventually it would peel some of the edges, but after several washes. But Steamer Seam has a Steamer Seam Light and a Steamer Seam 2, I think is called. So the 2 is just a little bit thicker. So it's, a little heavy duty type thing. And the light is very thin. So if you want projects that you don't want a lot of weight on it, use the light. That would be good for your paper and stuff like that. But wait, I would say wait for coupons at Joann's. That's your best bet. I don't know how cheap it would be if you order it through Amazon or if they have good deals on there. Or check your thrift stores. Or you missed my deal because I was selling this for $250 for 3 yards, 1 yard of each. And then I pay more for it. But
So, are you gonna do the me thing?
what?
Are you gonna do the me thing? Do you want to start
Oh
with
yeah,
that one?
because people are leaving, huh? Okay, yes. So okay, Becky got that one. Okay, how about that one? Um,
Okay.
you know what? I'm gonna say try to get one each. If you got something already, let's pass it to somebody else. And then if we have leftovers, then we can come back.
Okay. Man add go is in non-wet to raincoat man, please. Huh? I don't understand, Coco.
No, we don't wrinkle man, please. Non wet. I don't know.
Do you want this one or not, Coco? I don't know what you're saying. Oh wait,
On
you're
we
before. Why is she before my go anyway?
Yeah, okay. So it goes to Bonnie,
It
right?
goes to Bonnie.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Sorry,
Okay,
Coco.
okay, this applique was using the interfacing and it was
It's in.
so you have to finish trimming it, but the lace is dyed in hibiscus tea. So
That's in. Applique is in. No, anybody want the applique? Marcy. Marcy got it.
thank you, Marcy.
Marcy Davis.
Yeah. So have any of you joined um Julie's group? That's where I learned how to do journals.
Oh, really?
And that's where I met Bonnie and Marcy and Julie. And she does a challenge every month, and every month it has a theme. And she gives you a list of what you need to use, and you go by that. And then she tells you need to do so many things. She tells you the type of um, journal you're making. Like the first one I made, it was a junk journal, and we had to use certain things. And every and she does it for you. She shows you how to do them and stuff. You can do them like her way, or you can come up with your idea using the certain things that she wants you to use. You learn a lot. It's a lot of fun. And then she has a Facebook group where you show all your stuff just for this journal. And then at the end of the month, if you get it done, you showed the whole journal, all the pages and all that, and then she gives you an invite to a um to I can't remember what it's called. Um, anyways, just for the finishers, whoever finished the group, you're invited to this special project that she has specially for you, and she gives you some of the digital prints, and anyway, she makes it special, and you learn a lot, and you share all your work, and but I haven't done one in a while because I've been
Coco wants you to read
very.
the ad of the man with the raincoat.
Oh, is that what she meant?
Laura Kai, it's called Dear Julie Julie.
Yes. So if you, and she has a premiere every morning except Fridays because my sale is on Friday. No, I'm just kidding. She has it, I think, at 11, 10 or 11. I don't remember. It says is non we
Non
non
wet.
wet toe to waterproof coats. Keep after the wet. For riding or walking, 110 inches skirt made with riding leg straps, also with flap at back to cover saddle. Light in weight, fawn or dark gray, especially proof to stand tropical weather. Will wear for years, made in 3 different prices, 35, 40, and 45. Such a deal. All tailor-made. Measures required. Measures required. Full length at back, size round chest, over ordinary coat. Length of sleeve from center up back. Post free to any address in the world. The same shape of coat exactly, but made in our patent DRLO oil skin in either black, yellow, or brown.
It's like oilcloth.
30 for $30. Right for catalog and patterns. Oh, and patterns of ladies and gentlemen's waterproof and oil skin. Best selection in the world. Parker's Limited. Waterproof Manufacturers, England. Lancaster. Lancaster, England. There you go, Coco. Okay, so um,
The newspaper, you had the newspaper article.
yeah, this is a newspaper with the interfacing and the newspaper with the freezer paper, 2 for 1. The next me.
Okay, the go is in. You get 2 for 1 in this one.
A flush raincoat. Nope.
That goes to Dawn Messenger
Thank you.
or Messinger.
Okay. Lame and
Gold Plum.
I'm gonna throw in this napkin, the paper napkin, and the rest of the napkin.
Napkin.
How many people do we have anyway left?
12.
Okay, we need Laura Kai, Sweetheart, Coco. Who else? There's 12.
But
Okay.
that's not, I think, everybody else. Marcy got something already.
Yeah.
And Bonnie got something already. So they
And didn't Sandy get something earlier? I can't remember. Okay, so who's getting this one?
I haven't put it in yet. Hang on.
Oh,
Oh, it's in. But we do worry about you, Coco. We worry about you
yeah.
all the time.
This is I thought Sandy got something. Okay. You had to iron this one. I don't know. There was something earlier. I can't remember.
Well, I think you did. You did it. Did
But
you do it away earlier?
Okay, so nobody wants this one?
Nobody wants that one.
Okay. The napkin with the interfacing?
That's in napkin interface and go. Bonnie, you got something already. See if anybody else wants, and if they don't, then you can. Anybody want the Eiffel Tower napkin with the interfacing?
You can make a pocket or a little coin envelope. You can even put your SIM on the
Nobody?
back.
Well, if nobody wants it, Bonnie will take it.
Okay. I guess nobody wants anything else. Oh, okay. How about just a plain napkin then?
Anybody want this plain napkin? The Eiffel Tower?
Was it Sandy that wanted a napkin, Bonnie?
It was Sandy.
Okay, I'll send it to Sandy.
Bonnie, sweetheart, Diana, what are you saying me to? The lame with the napkin or this napkin? Either.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll send you the napkin with interfacing and this with the paper. How's that?
Okay.
And
And Dawn wants to pass her newspaper articles to Coco.
huh?
Oh,
Okay.
Coco said,
Oh,
don't
I
worry.
can just Don, you
Coco
take him.
always
I'll
takes stuff.
send I'll
Coco
send.
always
I have enough to send her newspapers.
Coco don't need nothing.
No. I'm gonna send her the pages so she can print them or scan them. Who wants the rest of this paper?
It's from the 1800s, right?
1910.
Oh, close enough. 10 years.
Still old. Here's a Claymore whiskey bottle. Brindley and Company. This would be good for Patrick. Maple and Company.
Oh, yeah.
Carrots. I might send. Oh, this is a
Coco,
good one for him.
Coco wants it.
I was gonna
Coco,
send it to Patrick. No, I'm just kidding. Coco.
Coco
Okay.
for now.
You sure, Coco? Okay. Whenever you have a sticky, then you're gonna put on paper, stick it on fabric to get some get rid of some of the stickiness so it doesn't hurt the paper, and then it won't stick on the paper.
Yeah, and then it falls off.
Okay. Bonnie did what was her name? Kat wanted a napkin also. You like the whiskey?
I thought Sandy wanted the napkin.
Okay, I got one for Sandy, but I happen to have another one.
Okay.
So, Alyssa, did you want anything or did she get something? She got something, I think. I don't remember. I don't remember what I gave that away earlier and I can't remember what it was.
Laura Kai hasn't.
Laura Kai hasn't gotten anything. Laura Kai, would you like this tag?
A fabric panel. Laura.
Okay, so that'll go to Kat, Bonnie. Um,
Laura, to the front of the store.
I don't have the whiskey.
It's a cool fabric piece.
And I'm gonna throw the 3 stamps.
Oh, that's nice.
No, that's for this fabric, okay? Oh, she says sure.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Bonnie said she will send money for postage for her girls.
Oh, I think no, Cindy has an order. I'm gonna put it in, and I just need Kat's info. I don't have. Oh, I can look it up, I guess, in the group. Um. All
Is
right.
there
Who?
anybody else who didn't get anything that wants something? Is Elisa still here? Elisa, I haven't seen her post in a while. And sweetheart Diana. I'm getting the Vapas. Coco, it's only 8 o'clock here. I'm fine.
It's just 11 over there. Yeah.
It's only
Sweetheart got
now.
something. Um. She got the napkin and the paper
Oh,
napkin and the napkin with interfacing. I just don't remember what Lisa got and what Cindy got.
I don't either.
Marcy got the um, applique. I don't
Elisa
know. I
and
have to.
Sandy were already gone before, and Kat were already gone before you started giving that stuff
Yeah, I was,
away.
but I think for some reason I thought Alisa got something and Sandy got something, but I
Did you
can't remember
do?
what.
Did you do a
And I don't.
giveaway?
Did I do a giveaway?
Is that what they got? I know they were. Somebody asked for some stuff, and you
Yeah,
maybe that's what it was.
maybe. I'll just rewatch that section and
I'm sorry, I don't
no,
remember, Sarah.
I don't either, and I don't have a notes.
Swoon. I'm swooning over the fabric.
Uh, here's. All right. So, does anybody have any questions?
I don't.
Did you guys learn something or no?
I did actually.
Oh, good.
I thought it was very informative
Well,
and
thank you.
easy to follow.
Uh, yeah, sometimes I just don't
Better than
explain myself well.
directions on a pattern.
Thanks.
I cannot follow pattern directions for nothing.
For crocheting, if I have the picture, I just follow the picture. It's so much easier than following the directions. And my sister's the
Everybody,
same.
everybody is saying Oh my goodness, yes, yes, yes. So happy you presented this class. No question, Sarah, but I want to thank you for absolutely fabulous class. Laura Kai learned something. That's good. Bonnie said this was amazing, and Coco said thank you, Becky, and Sarita, you taught this old dog new tricks. Sarita, that's scary sometimes, Sarita.
Yeah,
And this fabric. Oh yeah, Laura Kai got that, but I think
she,
she paid
but she
for it.
bought 2 yard. She bought half a yard,
Yeah,
but I didn't give that one away. Sorry.
no.
Um, so I'm gonna question you guys on my next sale.
Yes, it's next Friday, 8 o'clock Pacific time in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. If you're in another zone, figure it out. I know one's, I don't know if Central or Mountain comes next or what, so you guys should probably know that
It's
anyway.
Pacific, Mountain, Central, Eastern, I think.
Yeah.
So
It
next
goes
week,
11, 10, 9, and 8.
yeah, next week we're going to have, I think, 2 sellers. Um, we were gonna try to do it a different day, but that's another day. So we're just gonna do it on Friday. I believe we were gonna try to do it every other week, but um, we do have a waiting list. Um,
Cool. That's good.
that's good. So next week, Coco's gonna sell first, then I will sell, and then if Coco wants to go again. So like today, Patrick came in at 1, but I think we're gonna start with the guest sellers at 2. So we don't feel rushed and we get through a little bit more. Especially if we have 2 sellers, we're gonna go. We start sellers are gonna start at 2 for sure. 2 is that I'm saying, yeah, 2 o'clock Eastern. Because I was
Pacific.
thinking today, I was thinking Patrick was gonna come at 1 o'clock. And I'm telling Coco, Coco, if my husband needs me at 2:30 and Patrick's still selling, please, I'm gonna say I'll be right back, and you know why? But I was thinking Patrick coming on at 1 o'clock Pacific, but it's totally went out of me. It was Eastern. So when I saw him coming in, it's like, oh, he's here now. Okay. So it's like, oh, there you go. Um, so So we'll post and let you guys know probably who our sellers are. We just want to double check for sure. Um, because I think there's 3 that wanted to come next week, but I think that's too many, so we'll see. Um, I know 2 for sure, and I'm not sure about the last one. So hopefully the last one can come the next week, following week. So that's good. Thank you for coming, Becky. Thank you for stepping in and
Thank
helping
you.
out. Sierra was gonna be here, but she forgot she had mommy duties, so she had to go with her daughter, and they're having
Lord,
fun.
Lord Kai, you don't get to know who the sellers are till you come. It's a secret.
Yeah,
We tell you,
some
you
might
have to.
be. Did you guys like having a guest? I mean, a secret guest, or should
I
you
did.
know?
I liked it.
Especially because you got Becky got $5 off for her next sale because she guessed
Oh,
who the secret guest was. I forgot I did say that. So that was cool. And Tammy, she said Christina, and I said, "Oh, you're so close."
I missed that. I might have guessed him earlier.
Yeah,
I,
because she go, after we said this person was a guest at Patty Lang's, and I said a long time ago,
that's when
and
I thought
yeah,
of
but
him.
Tammy said Christina Hill, and I said no. I said, but you are so close.
Oh, I didn't hear
But she
that.
didn't. Yeah, she didn't put two together. So, and then everybody kept saying Maggie and Patty and whoever. But so anyway, that was fun. And then he was listening, so it was fun that he came came on. So we're
Yeah.
just gonna try to do it differently, and just have fun with it, and um, we'll see how it goes. So if any of you want to come on and sell your goodies, or you can come on and read us a story or something, why not? Um, you can see how it is. So anybody that wants to sell or share something, if you want to teach a class like now, like Patches did, um, you know, let me know. If you want me to teach you something else and you want to come and help that night or that day or whenever, we can arrange that. So I'm pretty going with, especially when I get free help. It motivates me. So it's like, oh no, I don't know how to do a class. I get nervous, but I actually was looking forward to this, and
Well,
it
you did a
was,
great job.
oh, thanks. And it's, I think it's something you guys gonna use, and I think it's gonna help you with you know using
Oh, I
your
think that's a great
projects.
idea, Coco. You need to get on and teach us how to make albondigas.
You know what? You can go onto Rosie's channel and look up albondiga soup, and it's right there.
No, but
She,
you said
she
you, if there was something we wanted, I would do albondigas or pozole, either one.
I don't eat
No,
pozole.
I don't even noodle, so
I don't either.
albondigas it is then. When are you going to teach it?
Shoot, me and my big mouth, huh? No, I didn't say cooking. Rosie does a really good job. She set up. See, she has the two cameras. I don't. My phone right now is on a tea ruler on a crate, and I can't take that on my kitchen. So, I'm handicapped with the camera department. I can come and mix it here and then cook it over there, but that was it. Oh, I can just write the recipe and I'll send it to you. That'll be better.
Oh, see, cooking is not my friend.
Yeah. So I got some green chili chicken pozole at Costco last week. Ooh,
Ooh, was it good?
sounds good. I love green chili. Um, I hardly eat pozole because my husband doesn't like the hominy, so I never made it.
My favorite part.
Yeah, I can't eat corn anyway. Um, thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, ladies.
I don't know what that is, Coco. I'm not even going to try to say it.
Are pupusas like little um um what are they called? Um,
Like
are
dumplings?
they sweet or are they salty? Bonnie can teach us how to boil water. Oh, with masa flour. Like a little turnover. Are they like little turnovers?
That's what I
Like
was
when I
thinking.
came here, people asked me to make them tortillas. And I said, okay. So I had to look it up. I never in my life made tortillas in Mexico. And when
Really?
I came here, yeah, they asked me to make tortillas.
When I was a kid, I made them every Saturday with my friend Lucy and her mom down the street.
Oh, how fun. But in Mexico, you go to a tortilleria and they're cheap and they're already nice and hot and ready, so you don't need to make them. Um, but when we visited Mexico when my daughter was young and my son was two, um, my cousin made some and she had them make their own little tortillas. They were so cute. And so they were say, "Mommy, come, I'll teach you how to make tortillas."
Mine were never round.
Yeah.
Well, Sarah, I need to go. My dog's coming. This is the fourth time she's come in wanting for her dinner.
Oh, okay.
I usually give it to her around 7.
Oh,
She's
I think,
starving.
yeah. Poor baby. Well, Becky, this was fun. Thank you so much for
It
coming and
was.
helping. And let's do it again.
Yes, let me
And
know.
if you want to come and be our guest seller, let me know.
Okay. I might wait a few weeks and do it and
Yep.
then work it out because I'm selling 2 days this next week, Wednesday and Thursday at Katie's. So,
Yeah. I knew that one, and I know you're doing it with Penny also.
yeah.
So,
So, anytime you want to come on Wednesday night to my channel, you're welcome. Penny would
oh, thank you.
anybody
Thanks.
actually.
All right.
All right. Good night, ladies. See
Okay.
you.
Good night, Becky. Sweet dreams. Thank you. So it's just me with you, ladies. So good night, Bonnie. Thank you. And I got my credit card today, so I'll be working on that later. Thank you, Marcy. You came back. Anyway, Marcy, do you remember what Alyssa got earlier as a giveaway? So, yeah. Oh no, he won't be home until about 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm just here by myself tonight. Okay. We don't either. I think she did something, but I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, it's an all night thing, and it's all about Halloween. So it's not like the riots and all that stuff. What he understood, they were not going to be opened because my son he wanted my son to go because my daughter's going to meet him there, and then they're gonna after they go in, they're free to do whatever. So he asked my daughter to go, and my son is fine. He went back to work, so he's still a little weak, but he's getting around. He was so happy to go back to work and talk to people because he was so lonely. And but he's not really into Halloween, so he didn't go. And my daughter is, so they it's just my daughter, my husband having a fun time bonding again. And it just but they said that rights were not going to be open, so I thought that was pretty pricey to go to a Halloween thing, but I'm sure They do a good job. So that's an all night thing when they get out. I think it's over like I don't know if it's midnight or if it's 1 or 2 in the morning. So it takes him about 2 hours to get home. So he'll drive tonight with all the kids. Thank you, Coco. You have a wonderful night. Get some rest. Blessings to you and honey. And have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you next. Well, I'll talk to you during the week. Oh, I had 2 pieces of fabric for Alyssa. Is that what you're talking? Uh, I have to rewatch and see what it was because I don't remember. Anyway, so ladies, it was fun having you here tonight. And we'll see you around. See you. Remember, if you want to come sell, let us know. You can message Coco or you can message me. And I need at least a week in advance. Right now, right now you have to let me know because like I said, I do have a waiting list, but sometimes I only have one, but I could probably squeeze, like 2 people. So, but it's fun. Like a little extra. Learned the drill here. So, anyway, if you have any questions, if I didn't answer something, email me and we'll go from there. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Doris. Marcy. It was a label fabric. Okay. Label fabric. Hopefully I didn't cut it up. Like I said, I have to rewatch that section and see. But we'll go from there. So I'll be working on invoices. Some of yours are ready to post and mail. Sweetheart, send me a message when you're ready for an invoice. What else? And I guess that's about it. So thanks for joining. And I hope you can use this methods with these products and make your life a little easier and get creative. So thank you all and you have a good night. I'm going to work on invoices. So good night. Enjoy your weekend and have a blessed one. Good night.